Hello everyone, today we'll be taking a look at transformers, how to build them, how to use them, and what exactly do they do. So to build a transformer, first you place down a transformer core, and then with your wrench you can click on any face to create a small transformer. This on its own won't do anything because there's no windings inside it. To start winding your transformer, you need to first click on one of the connectors, it doesn't matter which one. So let's choose this one as the first. You click on it and then drag so your mouse hovers over the transformer itself. Once this menu appears, you can choose the number of turns for your primary. Now if we want to make, say, a 1 to 2 transformer, we can go to 20 turns on the first. To finish winding the transformer, you can click on the opposite terminal or this one of the two, and this will create your winding. So this transformer now has 20 windings as the primary. To make the secondary, you just click on the remaining connectors. So I'll start with this one, and as you can see now we can only do 40 turns because the first 20 are taken by the other winding. So if we do 40, now we have a 1 to 2 transformer. You can also do it between these two connectors, so it's pretty much the same. Let's make also oops. If you do mess it up, so say 11, you can crouch and then click in the air to reset your connection. So let's go to 20, and then the output is also going to be 40. So now these two connectors are going to be my input and these two will be the output. Now if you want to build a large transformer which accepts more wiring, you can just do a 1x2 transformer core. And just like the small one, you can wire it just like this. So let's say 200, and then this one is going to be 40. That gives us a 5-to-1 transformer. Now you might say, what exactly is the difference? Why put more or less windings in a transformer? So if I put only 10 windings and then 20 on the output, as you can see, it's also going to be a 1 to 2 transformer, just like this one. So as you can see, the difference between them is the primary and secondary stray resistance, as well as the parallel resistance. So what this means is, the higher the resistance you have on the transformer, the higher the voltage drop is going to be when you try to pull power from it. But at the same time, if your resistance is too low for the input voltage, the transformer is just going to start wasting more and more power. So it's just going to heat up. I already set up some demonstration transformers. Here's the 20 to 40. It's also 1 to 2. So we are inputting 120 volts and it's going to output around 240. As you can see, it's a bit lower. That is because of the internal losses of the transformer. So if we enable the basin heater, which is going to use a lot of power, over 5 kilowatts actually, as you can see, the voltage drops by quite a bit, all the way to 228, which is enough of a drop to make the basin heater not get superheated anymore. If we go instead to this transformer, which is 10 to 20, we won't have as big of a drop in voltage because the resistance is smaller. So as you can see, we have still 239 volts, and when we enable the basin heater, it gets superheated. That is because we only drop to 236 volts. Now if we were to take this to the extreme, so 1 to 2, that is actually only 1 turn on the primary and 2 turns on the secondary. As you can see, the transformer is heating up a lot, all the way to 132 degrees. But we're still able to pull enough current to superheat the basin. So if I disable the basin heater, you can see that we're pulling over 8 amps just doing nothing, wasting it as heat in this transformer. Meanwhile, if you go to a more reasonably wound transformer, the 10 to 20, we're pulling 127 milliamps. So we're basically barely heating it up. Now to show the voltage drop even more, I've made a 70 to 140, which is again 1 to 2, but its internal resistance is way higher than the other ones. So as you can see, we still have 239 volts, but the moment I enable the basin heater, it drops all the way to 171 volts. And transformer is just struggling to keep the voltage up, but it can't because its internal resistance is too high. So as a general rule of thumb, if you're working with higher input voltage, then you're going to need more windings. If you're working with lower voltages, then you can get away with smaller windings. So for 120 volts, for example, a winding of 10 to 20 is perfectly fine. Even a 8 to 16. As long as you keep the ratio between them, you're going to get the same voltage.